so far. We have attendees joining, I think, right now, guys. If you're just now joining, welcome to Inspected as a Service webinar. We're going to wait a couple minutes here to let others attend and join. So give us a few minutes, and then we'll get started. Again, thank you for joining. And I'll probably keep repeating that for the next probably 3 or 4 minutes. So those who are attending and joining know that we're waiting for others to attend before we kick off the meeting. So for those of you guys who are just joining, welcome. We'll get started here momentarily. People are coming in for the second here. So if you're just now joining, we're waiting for the rest of the attendees to join, and we'll kick off here in about 2 minutes. So thank you for coming. Looking forward to sharing what we built with you guys, and really excited. So if you're just joining, give us a few minutes here. Jason, you want to put up a little, maybe the deck that's sharing screen right now? You have something to look at?
Sure can. Hold on 1 second.
Fantastic. Mr. Ken Bull, I see you there, buddy. Welcome to the party. If you guys notice, if you have already joined, there's going to be a chat feature. There's a chat feature at the bottom of the screen. You'll be able to ask questions after we present. The goal here is to obviously take you through what Inspected is, what we're doing at Inspected.com, and how we're helping contractors like yourselves obviously become more efficient and get inspections done quicker. So if you're just now joining, there's a chat feature at the bottom. Please hold on your questions towards the end. We'll have a Q&A session. How Zoom kind of works is you really can't let everybody talk at one time, so we use the chat feature for this. So another minute or two, we'll get started. We're really excited to share with you what we built here at Inspected.com, kind of give you the background of Inspected, and then walk you through the product and how we can help, obviously create more efficiencies and synergies in your business. So give it another minute or two, and we'll get it kicked off. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a kickoff if you want. I'll make some introductions, guys. Those of you who joined, welcome to our first webinar for Inspected as a Service. This webinar is intended to share with contractors around the country what we do at Inspected.com and what a third-party provider can do for your business. My background is I run a pretty large HVAC business by nature. We operate in 11 different locations in 5 different states. We install between 30 and 40 systems a day across the country. One of the struggles we've always faced kind of pre-COVID, we're getting our inspections closed out. So if you're a contractor struggling like I was, you'll take a lot of appreciation for what we built here at Inspected. What Inspected was initially built for was to provide cities and municipalities a technology that allows them to do remote inspections with their contractors. Currently, 47 states are in the union around the country allow for third-party inspectors to actually do permit closeouts for contractors. So on the call today, we have Jason Smeal, Director of Business Development at Inspected.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for joining.
We also have Marvin Dryden, our Chief Inspecting Officer for Inspected.com. Say hi, Mr. Marvin. If I got your title wrong, I apologize.
That's okay. Good afternoon.
We have Tasman, our Chief Marketing Director, who will be answering and fielding all the questions that come in, and Jared Utterback, our Chief Compliance Officer. So Jason, without further ado, go ahead and give them a little background on Inspected and show what we got for them today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Anthony. Again, thank you everybody so much for joining us. Many of you may have been on some previous webinars that we have. Maybe it's your first time through, but we're really excited about what we're about to show you. Inspected as a software, it's been around for about 1.5 years. It was created really to help with efficiencies, as Anthony brought up, able to make things a lot smoother as far as the inspection process, due to COVID. But we also found out that there's a better way to do things, and we're really excited to bring this to you today, really in the private sector as contractors, to be able to help move your business along, help your jobs go a lot more smooth, and continue to keep people safe. But the bottom line of this is really to help the dollars keep flowing, because we're going to show you how much money we're actually going to be able to save for this, and how easy it is to get an inspection done and to get a permit closed out the same day that you do an install, when we're speaking about HVAC, but other projects that we look at in other fields. We're going to show you how simple it is so you can move your project along and help keep things as efficient as possible. All right, so as I started to touch on, we launched this back in July 1st of this year. So really, we are going around and we are speaking to everybody from the roofing contractors, HVAC, which is Anthony's background, plumbing, all those disciplines where there's something that can be done where you don't need to wait for somebody to come, and it can actually be visually inspected. Our software has all the bells and whistles to it that allows us as inspectors to take a look at exactly what needs to be inspecting of the job. And Marvin has been an inspector for somewhere between 20 and 75 years. I can't remember exact background that he has.
You're really dating the guy now, Jason.
But he's been around and he's seen everything. And we're proud that Marvin was actually one of the initial people that came on board with this, and helped really mold this within the private provider side. So he's going to be able to give a lot of insight. And as we go through this inspection, he's going to show you exactly what he looks at when he's inspecting a project, and is going to be able to show you all the different things that go along, that help to get this done for you as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, Jason, quick comment there. I'm seeing a lot of names that I know in the industry who are joining. And if you're like me and you guys are doing numerous change outs a day, a lot of these financing companies, if you're a PACE provider, wherever they are, require, or if you're big box, if you're a Home Depot provider or whatever it may be, require the permits are getting closed out. And so, one of the things that we found the beauty in is that it's helping us get funded faster. So our install crews literally in real time, it's also a quality assurance piece, right? Because our install crews in real time now are getting their installs inspected and closed out in real time while the install crews are still at the job site. So no more calling Miss Smith and saying, hey, Miss Smith, I didn't get back to your house to do the inspection, or, hey, Miss Jones, I got to come back and fix the screws that I missed from the contract from the building inspector. We're doing that in real time. So we are a licensed engineer in multiple states across the country that allows us to actually inspect and instead of having the city inspector come out. So sorry for trying to just simplify some of the lingo there, Jason.
No worries at all. This is the simplest part of it. Well, what we're going to save you, we've just taken some numbers here, and just I'm sure everything that you guys see on this list right here, you've incurred these costs in waiting for an inspection. So just going down the list here, a private provider discount, you're going to be eligible for a discount for using a private provider and not the municipal inspector. Cost of a contractor, I think this number is.
Sorry, it's what that means on the first one is, go back, the private provider discount, to what Jason was saying, is that when you actually go and pull your permit, and most municipalities will actually give you a discount if you use a private provider inspector. Yeah, you heard that right. So if you actually go out there and you're pulling a permit in real time, and you go to apply for that permit, they give you a discount for having a private provider do the actual inspection. And $25 is kind of a ballpark number. It's as high as $50 to $60 and down to $25. So sorry, Jason.
No problem.
I keep cutting you off.
We've done this before. We're kind of used to it. It's the way we got. Next one. I know everybody has felt this before. The cost of a contract waiting on an inspector. I mean, not being able to move your crew to the next job. $75. Again, that's a light number, what you're talking about, when they're simply sitting there in a truck waiting for somebody to go. This is a cost savings that you're going to feel immediately.
And if you're in California, for those of you who are operating in California, the average install lead in California literally is making between $50 to $60 an hour. It's crazy. So, if the guy's sitting there waiting 1 hour doing nothing, and that's a pure cost, and that's undisputable.
All right, fuel and insurance costs, $8, potential reinspection fee for failing. How many times have you had a job that has failed an inspection for the smallest, stupidest thing that could be done right there on the spot? We're going to be able to show you this today, how if there's a simple a simple aspect of the job that needs adjusting or needs correction, and that part or material is on the truck, or they're simply able to do it right there, we're not going to fail the inspection. We're going to get it done right there so it's completed and you can move on from right there. So this $95 right here, you take that off of what you're looking at. And again, I know everybody has seen this. I know everybody's gotten hit with this reinspection fee, and it's got to drive you absolutely crazy where it's something that just wasn't done right and you're able to complete it right there. You're now going to be able to do that. All right, and within that goes the cost of rescheduling with the homeowner, $10, potential code fix, another $100. Again, these are all ballparks, but I know that everybody has felt the sting of this at some point because it's just been the way business has been done. It's the way inspections have been done. We're looking to change that. We're going to help you change that. So total cost savings of $313. I think you're looking at the minimum of that, but the peace of mind, priceless, as Anthony loves to say in this slide.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, guys, we're validating in real time for you and giving you proof that the actual inspection is done, that the actual quality of work is up to code and standard, and you can close out that job with peace of mind that it's actually being done properly.
All right, so next we just have kind of a little show and tell of how things are done, building permanent inspections. We get them done the same day. The improved productivity and bottom line. One of the things that you're going to see with this is when you sign up and when you use Inspected as a service, as your private provider, you're going to be able to see the progress, and also you're going to be able to look at the quality of the work. So everybody out there is putting their name on their product out there. You're now going to be able to see exactly what's going on your jobs. And you're going to be able to use this for training. You're going to be able to use this for motivation. You're going to be able to use this for all different aspects of your business, because you're going to be looking at everything that your people do when they're out in the field. And you don't need to go from job to job, babysitting your crew. You're actually going to be able to use this and make people better within your organization. All right. And finally, this is going to help reduce time for you and finalize the permits and make things go quicker so you can get paid faster. All right, just a couple of things, with or without inspected. Without inspected, there's going to be progress delays. With inspected, these inspections are done within minutes and you close them out with real time. Okay, our average inspection runs anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes, depending upon how in depth we need to go and depending upon the project. But for a lot of the simpler things, it can be done in just 5 to 7 minutes. All right, without inspected, you're going to have the increased burden of the commute, the maintenance, and the labor. With inspected, we're going to cut those costs down for you and get things done quicker. And then without inspected, again, the reinspection or failed inspections are going to hinder your progress and increase your costs. We will allow those to get done the same day and allow those things to get fixed so you don't have to go back and deal with all the costs and the headaches with a failed inspection. All right, a little bit about the process that goes along. And again, when we're talking about doing this for you, this is a true partnership. We're looking to partner with your organization in every facet to make sure that things are done not only with the inspections, but also the point leading up to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a team member with you that's going to work hand in hand. That, first step here is we're going to submit the notice to the building official that we're going to be using a private provider. And that's what you need to do with it. So when you're looking for your permit, when you're putting in for your permit, we're going to give you the documentation that needs to go along with that. And it's going to go into the municipality. And then you're going to be able to move on to step 2, which is quite simply scheduling your inspection off of our portal. And the next thing we're going to do is the inspection will be completed when your crew is on site. You then have the report to submit everything to the city. All that information is going to be seen in the report that you'll see here in our demonstration shortly. And then boom, finally, your permits are closed out same day, no hassle, no headaches. You're ready to move on to your next job. Boom.
Great job with the boom.
Go ahead,
Jason.
Anthony.
Boom, buddy.
You want a boom, I know.
That's all good. I'll pass on the boom today.
All right, here's just a quick glance of what it looks like. So when we talk about scheduling your inspection, this is what your contractor is going to see in the field. A simple app that we're going to be able to download. They're going to click on a button to schedule it. And then this is what they're looking at. It is as simple as a FaceTime call. It's a geolocated call. So we're going to verify the address that you're at. And this is a view that your inspector is going to be, that we're going to be looking at. And this is what your contractor is going to be seeing. At this point, it's a matter of directing them around the project so our inspector can see everything that is necessary to give a complete inspection. Now we're going to move on here a little bit about the investment and what you're looking at here and all the things that come along with it. The onboarding investment of this is $14.95. And what that does is we actually send somebody out to you, and we're able to do the training with your permit coordinator. We work with all the install managers and installers. We give you all the forms that go along, and we get you set up on the platform and training. And this is it's a simple process, but it's a really important process because, again, the partnership that we're looking to form, we're going to be working hand in hand with so many different aspects of your business. We want to make sure that everybody understands the things they need to do. And the really great thing about it is the things they need to understand is very simple, and it's just a matter of connecting through your smartphone. All right, next part of it, the monthly investment, the $499. This gives you that quality control for your team. This allows you to look at everything that is done. Regardless of the number of inspections that you do, you're able to take a look at everything that goes on within your organization. And this also helps with the please.
Sorry. Yeah, so we store all the data, guys. So you actually can pull up and watch the inspections in real time. That's one of the features of inspected.com, and you actually get access to the inspection itself, not just the report, the actual video. So you can log it back in, view the video, watch it, use it for training tools, use it for saying to a customer may have an issue, whatever it is. These inspections are done in real time and you can recall the actual video.
And the other thing about that, we house everything. So this is simply going to be a log on that you have. There's not any build out that you need to do. There's not any additional tech that you need to bring somebody in for your IT department. This is something we house, and it's a matter of your login and password, and you have access to everything that goes on in your company. And then finally,
it's all cloud-based. The entire software is all cloud-based.
Right. And then finally, the per inspection, $89. But again, this helps you close out the permits in the same day. Free same-day re-inspection. We're going to close that financing loop for you and get your money quicker. All right. And Anthony, why don't you take this? This is your quote. So.
It's just a picture of me holding the device, We can go ahead and skip the quote, Jason. Let's just go ahead and
this is just talking about what and we're speaking about what we've seen and how effective this can be, and how, really the efficiency that comes along with it to keep your projects going. All right. So with all of that, I'm going to pass things over. We're going to be able to move on to Jared and Marvin, who's going to take the controls. Marvin, if you can make yourself disappear there, excellent. And start sharing your screen. You're going to be able to guide everybody through an actual inspection here. So I'm going to go silent for a couple moments and let Marvin and Jared take it away.
Okay, let me
see. So you're going to see an inspection. You're going to see an inspection done in real time, virtual inspections, take kind of for this demo purposes of what our inspector looks like and what the contractor on the job site looks like. So you're actually going to see from our side what the technology is. So this is what we look like. And Marvin, go ahead if you want to take it away from here and kind of show what you're looking at.
There you go. Can you see me now? Can you hear me?
We can. We can hear you too.
Excellent. Excellent. So basically, I have a scheduled inspection right here that was set in this time frame, and all the information was in there in the permits, and you can see all the various items that are in there, ready to go, so forth. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start this video call. So as you can see, I've done some pre-work. I put in some inspection notes. It's kind of like a checklist. This isn't a complete inspection. This is just a demonstration. We're going to show you how the software properly functions and all the different tools that are available to you. So, the first thing I wanted to show you was, I've already passed it. Yeah. So let's see if Jared joins.
It's all good.
Here we go. Here's Jared joining.
So part of our technology, which allows us to kind of do this on a virtual basis, is we actually have a patent on geolocating a video conference call. So our algorithm actually tells us that this call is at a specific location during the inspection period. If they leave that location, it notifies us. So we're not inspecting 123, Main Street, and we should be at 157 Main Street. So it's part of our technology here. So go ahead, Marvin. Sorry about that.
No worries. So you can see right here, it has geotagged. That green check mark lets me know that Jared's there. I'm communicating with Jared. Jared, you want to take me back and let's take a look at the unit real quick? So the first thing
so
that
the
I have
inspector
on,
can hear. Go.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No worries. Go ahead.
Yeah, the inspector can hear, because we're on a video conference, unless Marvin shares his audio from his computer, we may get some reverb. Jared can hear, just like on a FaceTime call in real time, what's going on, what Jared's saying. So Marvin's obviously directing Jared on the job site to actually communicate.
Jared, okay, so let's take a look. The first thing I have on my list is the condensate pump. So go ahead and show me. You don't have a primary and a secondary system. You have a pump that's on the unit. Hey, can you show me the condensate pump that's on this unit? There we go. Awesome. So as you see, I can snap a photo right here. I can put notes in here. It has a sensor on it, so forth. It's a condensate pump coming out of the system. I'm looking here. Another feature that you get with this is the ability to identify if there's quality issues. So for example, I can see here there's no filter installed in this unit. So even though that wouldn't be something that would be part of the code compliance, that would be something as an owner that you would want to make sure that your techs are doing for job quality. So also, let's see the disconnect. You want to show me the disconnect, Jared? Disconnect, Jared, can you hear me? There we go. There we go. So I can snap a photo of the disconnect. There we go. And so we know that he has a disconnect available for the unit. I did identify one problem with this. Can you show me the label with the unit model number? Here we go. All right, excellent. So I can take that and I can compare that model number to the AHRI that I've uploaded into the record to make sure that it's all in sync and that everything's working great. So one of the things that I noticed on this is that it doesn't have a heat strip sizing and it's not marked on the label. So this would not be an inspection we would be able to pass at this time because we can't verify the wire sizing, and it hasn't. Oh, there's the air filter right there. Okay, excellent. So because we can't verify the wire size requirements and the size of the heat strip, this would be a scenario where we couldn't pass this inspection at this moment. However, they could complete the work and reconnect with us, and we could still get this inspection approved for the day. So it's supposed to be marked on the unit clearly, the heat strip size and the wire size requirements. So we can't verify any of that at this time. So this inspection would not be approved at this point in time. However, I would communicate with Jared and give him the opportunity to get the repairs done. Later in the day, we could reconnect and we could still complete the inspection. So at this point in time, I'm going to close out the inspection and thank Jared. Thank you, Jared. And you're going to get that stuff done for sure. So we'll end the call now. There we go. And you come right up here to this point. This is where you result the inspection. So in this particular case, we would not approve this inspection. But if I were going to allow him to fix it during the day, I would leave it open. I wouldn't result it at this time. So he could reconnect with me later in the day with the corrections. We could verify them and still pass the inspection. So that's the level of service that you're going to get with inspected that you're not going to get with the municipality. So in this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and close it as approved. There we go. And then if you come down here to the bottom, I can download the report. I can show you the report instantly, which you can share with your clients. And it's going to show. So here we go. You can see the AHRI that I had uploaded to the record for verification. You can see the job site address. You can see the date, permit number. You can see that the inspection was passed, even though we know the truth. So here we go, mechanical final on the date. Yeah, so Jared's got some work to do on his unit for sure. But there we go. So that gives you a general gist of it.
I promise I promise you, Air Pros did not install that unit, so please do not blame us for that.
Yeah, I think that unit's as old as I
That
have
was
been an
pre-existing.
inspector. So, yeah. So there you go. So you can
So.
see the general. Here's the topics that we had inside of the inspection notes. You could result in there. I didn't put results specifically on those line items, but I could have said that we failed it because it didn't have the heat strip. So the heat strip wire size, I could have put that in as a fail and said, look, I can't pass this because of that. And that is the reality of it. I mean, if it's not something that can be repaired in one day, then you have to put in that failure and move on and reschedule when the corrections are made. So there you go.
Yeah,
and I did want to show
the great thing about it, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Marvin.
Yeah, I just wanted to show one more thing too. In the beginning, whenever you're scheduling, the field tech will see this. And this is important because when you first come online, this is one of the things that's confusing. And so you really just select, you'll see the unscheduled event in your app, and then you just schedule it and you choose the time that you're going to be available to do the install. I like to show that before the inspection because it kind of gets fresh in your mind, but I forgot it this time. So anyways, there you go. Anthony?
Nice. Yeah. And so the great thing about it is, obviously we set all these times up based on you. If you want to drop your screen, Marvin, so that Jason can take control back. One of the great things about it is that, we set this stuff up with you. So when you on board with us, we actually give you a permit coordinator who will facilitate the inspection times. And I think one of the questions that was asked by Ryan was, and I'll just go ahead and pop into it real quick. It was in the chat feature here. What happens if a job gets held up next day? Great thing is you coordinate with your in-house permit coordinator at Inspected, and we schedule that inspection for you next day, Ryan. That's kind of the level of service you get with us. We are literally going to handheld you to make sure that you are being inspected properly and according to your schedule.
All right, excellent. Jared and Marvin, thank you so much. Jared, you should probably jump off this call and get working on that AC unit already.
Ken's got a question. Do you want to allow the attendees to talk, or do you want to let them type? Ken, I'm going to allow you to talk. We've never done this before, so give us a shot here. If this screws up, it's not on us. Ken, how you doing, buddy? Can you hear us?
Yep. Can you hear me?
We can. Yes, sir.
Cool. A few questions. The $14.95, is that per location or per company?
Per company.
Okay, and same with the $4.99 a month. Is that per location or per company?
Per company. You're a little different because you got multiple locations. We can kind of have that conversation if you want, but typically it's per company.
Okay. And then it said $89 for same day reinspection. What if it's like the next day? Is it additional charge or how does that work?
It's a discount. It's additional charge, but it is discounted. Yes.
Okay. And then you said 47 states. What states are you not able to do this in?
We listen, every state allows it. We just haven't registered in all the states, which is why there's about a 2-week lead time if we're in a state you're not currently operating in. But most states allow and do accept third-party inspectors. We haven't checked Alaska and or Hawaii, I don't think.
Okay. And then what about like city? Like if certain cities, I'm sure there's a billion different cities that may or may not allow this. As far as you know, is there a city or does the state say it doesn't matter?
Typically, it's done at a state level in most states. Some states do have municipal guidelines that permit it. States like Florida, for example, it's a statewide statute. And Marvin, if you want to add any commentary to that, or Jared, you're more than welcome to. But again, 9 times out of 10, it's a statewide situation.
Yeah, so I can jump in on that a little bit. Yes, there are some municipalities that are much smaller and they don't even know what it is, and so that's the campaign of enlightenment that we're on to educate them in third-party private provider type inspections. Some municipalities don't accept it so easily and others do, but like Anthony said, here in the state of Florida, we have a law and we can take them to the Board of Appeals if we have to. Traditionally, we don't like to do that. We try to build relationships with the building officials and the departments and make it a success together.
Okay. And I know this is kind of like not my problem, but like in the state of Minnesota for electrical inspections, you have to be a Minnesota licensed master or journeyman to be an inspector. Do you know are you guys just going to kind of work on getting all those licenses to do it in each state, or is there something that you've seen that bypasses that per se?
Yeah, so to that point, Marvin, you want to take that or I'm going to take it?
Yeah. I mean, I can jump right in. So the thing of it is here on our team, we have engineers and we get registered in various municipalities. Our engineers are qualified across the spectrum of the board. And if we hit, like Minnesota, you're saying, for example, requires that you have a particular license, we go after it and find out what it takes and what the timeline is to achieve that licensure. We have ICC certifications, which basically gets us in the bulk of the states in the union, except ICC certification for inspection credentials. But once again, we also have an engineer, which is qualified in every category and can complete those inspections as well.
Okay, cool. Well, I think it's an awesome idea, and I kudos you guys to come up with this because it's a pain in the ass.
Thanks, Kent. I'm going to put you back on the attendees list.
Okay, thanks.
And that was actually pretty cool. I like the way that worked. You saw that, Jason?
Yeah.
The attendees list, allowing to speak. Nice. Anybody else have any questions they want to kind of ask or I think we have 53 new messages here.
I see somebody's talking about fence
experience?
permits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to get Michael. Is Michael still on here? Can we get Michael permission to ask the question, or you want us to answer that? Michael, I'm going to allow you to talk. Is that okay, buddy? Michael, you can unmute yourself if you'd like.
Check 1 2.
Mike, check. First time caller, long time listener. How we doing?
Pretty good, man. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
So with the fence permits for down in Clark County, we just have things like pool safety and it's a lot of kind of oddball stuff with fence, and just wondering if you guys had any experience with them.
I personally have tons of experience with pool safety fences, so yes, we can do them. We can do all the facets of pools as well. But and you'll find any of your plumbing applications is where you're going to have the most advantage, that you're going to recuperate because the pressures. You have to have pressure that holds for 15 minutes. How many times have you guys pumped up a system and gone away and come back the next day and it's below 15 and the inspector fails you just because it held for 3 hours and not 24 hours? So, but yeah, those safety fences, we can do those right on the fly. That's a huge advantage and time saving as well.
Yeah, so we're primarily a fence contractor. We do commercial jails, airports, things like that. So we don't actually build the pools, but we do work with a lot of pools, and there's a lot of commercial permits as well. So
yeah, I've used this application for fencing on schools. So, we get a copy of your plans on the record. We can connect with you while you're digging the holes, or anything that you want to document in the record, we can document.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Looking forward to having you on to join us, Michael.
Appreciate your time, guys.
I'm going to put you back on the attendees list. I think we had a question from Dominic Ramos. Are you still here? I'm going to allow you to talk, Dominic. Dominic, welcome to the party, buddy. Dominic, can you hear us? Let me unmute you. Maybe ask to unmute. Dominic, you there, buddy? Okay. We'll come back to you in a minute, Dominic. Any more questions, comments, anything you want answered? Ryan, I think you had a question. You want to chat, Ryan? You still on the call? I think he is. Ryan, welcome to the party, buddy.
How's it going? You guys hear me?
We can hear you perfectly.
All right, cool. Yeah, you answered my question just regarding if, we fall into an issue where the install goes into the next day, kind of what the scheduling looks like for that, but you kind of already answered it. So
Well, I can elaborate a little bit,
Perfect.
Ryan, on that if you'd like, because the thing is that you have to schedule in parallel with the municipality to complete a private provider inspection. And we don't submit those reports until the next day, like midday. So you have a little bit of leeway there. And as your partners, we're going to work with you to try to get that completed. So let's say if you were missing something and you got there first thing the next morning and you completed it and we connected, we could still complete that inspection and get that result put in that inspection event that was created with the municipality. So hopefully that helps you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Dominic, able to reconnect?
I'm going to try one more time, and then we'll, I think Dominic is there. Oops, sorry. Hit the wrong button. Who gave me control of this thing? Dominic, can you hear us?
I got you. Can you hear?
Yeah, we got you now, buddy.
We're in California. Regarding cruise testing, I mean, our inspections don't get signed off until that HERS report is generated. So how would that work?
Yeah, so with the HERS testing, we do have some different HERS companies we are working with from partnership perspectives to help facilitate HERS testing virtually as well through their organizations. So we handle the municipality inspection side. HERS testing is still something that we're working on California. You're coming in a little spotty, buddy.
I'm just trying to figure out timing of it. So we would either have to have the HERS company out there the same day as install, because the permit's not going to get signed off until after that is completed. So I'm just trying to figure out the mechanics, how that would work.
Yeah, so how it works currently is we do the inspection for the mechanical side, and then we are working with multiple HERS companies in the area, in California specifically, to do the HERS testing same day as our inspection. So it'll be kind of a joint partnership with multiple HERS companies to give you both sides of getting it done. Because we are cognizant that in California you are required to have a HERS test. Hopefully that answered that.
Yeah, and then kind of to our previous question, as far as there are some cities that have their own little, not every city has their own requirements. Some city requires certain switches, certain drains, certain depths of things. Is this something that you guys are going to be privy to as far as each municipality and their own little nuances?
For sure, a lot of doubt. So part of the onboarding process is we actually register with you in those cities that you're operating in, and so we would have the codes for the different cities based on regionality. So 100%.
Are there any HERS companies that you can share with us that you're currently working with or attempting to?
For sure, we can get you on a schedule for a private demo. We can walk you through all of that, 100%.
Awesome, thank you.
For sure.
All right.
Michael had another question. Sorry.
No, I was just going to jump on Michael's question as well. So.
Yeah. So I'm going to put you back on speaker one more time, Michael. If that's cool with you, brother. You can find out how to get that working again. Is Michael still here? Or Michael wind up leaving? He's here. Let's go back to Michael.
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back.
Thanks, sir. So I was just asking if you submitted the permits themselves at all, or if we got all this. You mentioned something about.
So we don't actually. Yeah, so we give you the paperwork needed to submit to have this done, so that your permit submission process stays consistent. But we help on as the actual inspection side of the business.
Okay, that's the part. So we also have, with considering a third-party permit submittal company. Do you guys work with other companies as well, or we would just handle it?
For sure, we work. Okay. We can coordinate between your inspection coordinator on our team and your third-party company.
Okay, because what we're thinking is if we went to them, submit it, then they would get in touch with you to inspect it, and then be one-stop shop kind of thing.
For sure.
All right. Thank
Be
you very
beautiful,
much.
right?
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Do we have any more questions before we wrap up today? Coming on 45 minutes, so we don't want to take up much of your guys' time. I know a lot of you guys are contractors and they're busy right now. If you're in the HVAC sector, it's demand season. So we do appreciate you guys attending. We will send an email out with the webinar recording so you can share with people in your company and or friends and family. We would really appreciate a share to other members of the organizations and the groups. If you guys really enjoyed what you saw today, we thank you. Jason, anything you want to add for final closing comments?
No, just really appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be reaching out to you as well, to try to set up one-on-one demos with you and really just get a little more granular into how your operations work. But we're here to answer any questions. We've had the link up there to register for a demo, but we're going to send out the webinar to everybody. That's going to include a scheduling link for it as well. And I really look forward to talking to everybody very soon. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, and hope you guys enjoyed it.